I would define mental fitness as the process of checking in with yourself on a regular basis, being comfortable and understanding that being strong mentally is something that you have to invest time in and be intentional around.
It's about being intentional with the strength that you have mentally to handle situations and handle your own mind.
I think at the core of that question, it comes down to, number one, are you happy with who you are? And I think, unfortunately, a lot of people's answers would be, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
I like the use of the word fitness because it is something you have to work at, just like physical fitness. It doesn't come naturally, and you have to keep applying yourself.
Mental fitness for me is balance, not ignoring the negatives in life, not overlooking all the positives.
For me personally, to maintain positive mental fitness, I really need to be in tune with how I'm feeling that week and knowing that the stress that sometimes comes from work or personal life can add up, and having a real conversation with myself about that.
I think the daily intent of checking in on someone is so valuable that sometimes we just forget about it and we don't put as much attention towards that I think we should. I think it takes brands like this and people having the conversations to help, change those answers.
Rugby players as ambassadors around the stigma of mental health are about as impressive a group of athletes as I've ever seen or worked with in my career. Rugby players are just built differently. The way that they carry themselves, the way that they take pride in their sport, the way that they support one another, the way that they train and put their body on the line every week and go onto that field and leave everything on the field. That's why they're just such great spokespeople for this cause.
And they're big, strong dudes hitting each other. You don't think that a guy like that will ever have a problem or have a challenge or be depressed. The fact that those players on the field are opening up and saying that they do have challenges, that not everything is dealt with by being a physical individual, gives somebody like me who lives a completely different lifestyle in the sense that I go into work every day and sit behind a desk, there's somebody to look up to.
When our fans and people watching the game see their willingness to be vulnerable in talking about this topic, I think it helps encourage people that it's okay. Even these strong, tough guys are willing to have a real conversation about how they're doing mentally.
You have to be able to manage that mental to sort of come out of this warrior mentality when you're on the field and be a normal human in society, and to be able to talk about those things and those differences, and for those types of human beings to be able to go out and really smash each other and play that game, that physical type of game, and then walk off that field and hug their opponent, and to connect with those people on a personal level, and to be able to separate those things. There's so much around that mental fitness that comes with rugby.
It's important that MLR has partnered with USI and Looseheads, because everyone needs an opportunity to be able to speak, needs somebody to go to.
I just continue to be inspired by our athletes and their willingness to speak up on this important cause for our fans and for our stakeholders. I think it's important for Major League Rugby to continue to support the cause of mental fitness alongside our partners at USI and Looseheads, because we have a platform and we have a voice through our teams and our players and through the league. We have a mouthpiece for this cause, and I think we have a responsibility to use it to try and impact positive change when it comes to mental fitness.
I think as an organization, USI really cares about providing the next level of support to organizations like Looseheads, like MLR. But for me, it's a massive passion of mine. Having transitioned from sport, and that athlete transition is a huge challenge. Being able to support a group like Looseheads and a league like MLR that really wants to focus on this topic and connect to it, and know that there are other people out there that have the ability to manage, mental health overall through mental fitness, then I'm excited about that daily. It gives you a different why about the work you're doing every day.